All right, so my account was I got a strike, which means I couldn't upload videos or streams for a week. That's finally that week's up, so now I can actually upload videos. Um, before I get into the TA, I just want to cover some of this. If you are subscribed to my charts, guys, if if you're on Access Charts and you go to the bottom of the page, there's an invite to the Discord link. Click on the invite and join the Discord. That's one way to be part of the community. Again, you have to be subscribed to the charts for that. Also, I am now on Twitter. So if for some reason I get another strike or they suspend my account, and you want to follow me and be kept up to date with what's going on, or if I have to go to another platform, I'll let you guys know where I'm going. But follow me on Twitter if you like. It's twitter.com/optical art chart. I will have the link in the description and the first comment. So this is a way that you can actually follow me. I will get into the TA, guys. I published this chart on TradingView and posted this on Twitter. I would like to point out, guys, so you can see here I had one of 3 community guideline strikes. Actually 14 of my live streams were marked as harmful or dangerous. But the really crazy thing is, with just one strike, and I posted this after, they actually suspended my account. I mean, with one strike, they suspended my account. I couldn't log into YouTube. Everything was gone. All my videos were gone. And, so people thought I deleted videos and deleted comments. I made my videos private, so I couldn't get a strike. But when they suspended my account, and then, because of you guys, that supported me on Twitter, they reinstated my account, but all my comments were gone, guys. I didn't go and delete my comments. YouTube deleted my comments. And they did actually respond back. Right here it says, Team YouTube, appreciate the tag. There are different reasons why channels are being taken down. This should help. It does not help. But anyways, and they asked me to do an appeal. So again, guys, thank you for your support. A lot of you were sending tweets about remove my strikes and reinstate my account. They did reinstate my account, but they left the strikes, which does suck. But yeah, you can see here all of these videos were marked as harmful and dangerous, and all of my these are all live streams, by the way. All my live streams, all they are is just charts playing out overnight. And the sad thing is stuff like this. At the time of recording this video, this is actually playing live right now.
So crypto's Batman. Do you have any goals for when to add security tokens?
I'll pause this so you can hear me, but it's got 3,234 watching. And it says send so much Bitcoin and you get Bitcoin back. That's a scam right there. If it was a major exchange and they were giving something away, they wouldn't be asking you to send them something. Category autos and vehicles, that's your first giveaway. If you click on this person's account, they have one video. 246,000 subscribers. This is a huge. They must be making so much profit to be able to pay so many people to subscribe. I mean, and one's popping up day after day. If I click on about, this was created in 2016, so 19 million views. So they probably, they're paying for this. They're actually paying, or they bought this channel from someone else. This was one yesterday, guys. I recorded this just so I could show you, because these are popping up every day. So I understand why YouTube's taken an extreme measure to go after these, because people are getting scammed. Again, I recorded this the other day, so I'm talking over this. Let me mute this just in case you can't hear me. But it says send so much money. You send so much Bitcoin, and then they'll send Bitcoin back. And I actually go in and I click on certain links. And that's another one. I don't want this to drag out. The point is that there are scams going on. So for other YouTubers out there, my suggestion to you is this is a video I'm going to cover in just a bit. But I did have coin addresses. Again, guys, if you're a crypto analysis guy, if you're doing TA on crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that, my suggestion is make your order videos private. And take out anything that has to do with addresses or your actual Bitcoin addresses. and anything with an exchange, because I was looking at the actual ones that were taken down of mine, and that I did actually have, you know, tags were about exchanges, and I had coin addresses, somebody make a donation. So if you want to make sure you're not flagged, my suggestion, you know, make your videos private that don't need to be up, and the ones you do leave up, make sure you do not have any coin addresses in there, guys. This is for those YouTubers that don't want to take a chance at getting a strike, because you could get hit anytime. And you know what, I only had one strike, and I should have been given 2 more strikes before they suspended my account, but they went ahead and just suspended it. So you know, it's these people that, you know, these fake live streams. This is what's causing the purge. This is affecting all these YouTubers. So if you want to keep, you know, these YouTubers, you know, like myself and others, you know, I might disagree with some other YouTubers, they might disagree with me, but we still have a right to, you know, give our opinion and make videos. So, you know, do your due diligence. If you see these, you know, report them and help YouTube take these down, because we need these taken off so we can actually, you know, get back to business as usual and do our TA. But let me get on to the TA now, guys. So the last video I put out, it was called the Bitcoin bubble. Guys, that was just a possible scenario, a macro look at a bearish scenario that could play out. And if people took that as I was saying that is exactly what's going to play out right now. That was just a possible scenario, guys. You need to understand that I put out videos daily. If you need to watch previous videos, because I gave the bullish and bearish case. And I can play this right now. By the way, if I'm going to put a link up to this video right now if you guys want to watch it. I would like to point out, guys, I do have an affiliate link in my description. I'll have it in every video. Guys, if you're in the US and on Coinbase and you've made a certain amount of profit, it's possible that you could get sent a 1099. And if you get sent a 1099, by law, they send that same 1099 to the IRS. So if you owe money, you're going to have to pay that money or you get fines and penalties. So, you know, watch this video from the beginning. I show you on this crypto trader tax platform and how it works. I actually add my exchange to it, and you can see how it gives you, you know, shows you can add all the different exchanges, and you can see how much of a loss or profit you have. It's free, but if you decide you want to pay for an account to get reports, you will save 10%. So if you want to check out that affiliate link, again, that will be in the description, and you know, check it out. And in this video at the beginning I do cover that, but I do want to play this and just let you see. In the previous video, guys, I was giving you the bullish and the bearish scenario how to play this. So let me play this real quick, guys. You know, we made it above it, got rejected right here. You know, we got rejected this red ring, we're moving back down. I don't really see us getting above this ring, but if we do get above this orange ring, guys, that's when I get a little bit more bullish. But keep in mind, this is the next ring out from that capitulation ring. If I paste this in, I mean, we're right at that ring moving up. So either we push above this orange ring. If we do, I'll buy in and be ready to ride this up until around where I told you, like 11,800, something like that. But guys, if we stay below this orange ring, especially this red ring, and we cross this yellow ring, guys, I believe we are coming. So what I was telling you was that, you know, as long as we don't cross this ring, we would continue to push up, and that's exactly what happened. If I go to this chart, I mean, I published this chart on June 24th. Look how many views this thing has. 22,452 views. Again, June 24th. And this ring right here is the next ring out where we're currently at. And what I was saying, a smaller version of what happened here was playing out here. We were moving up this ring. We pushed up, went sideways, pushed up, went sideways, pushed up, went sideways, and pushed up, sideways. And I said that's the exact same thing that could happen when we hit this ring. We could push up, go sideways, push up, go sideways. It's only after you cross that price would come down. So if I hit play on this, you can see that's exactly what happened, guys. I mean, people say that these rings don't work. Well, this is one ring that it's just played out perfectly. I mean, we rode up this ring, we crossed it, and we came down, we found support on this line. we dropped down, we came back up. This was probably to liquidate shorts, pushed up to this line exactly, which was previously resistance. It was previously support, became resistance, then we came back down. We found support and resistance on this line. You can see we came down this ring, and then we started riding right up this yellow ring, and as soon as we crossed the ring, we started coming down. And you know, if you want targets or possible scenario, guys, nobody really knows what's going to happen. But I can tell you this, if you look at what happened previously, we crossed this ring, we found support on this line right here. So it's possible the same thing could play out. We can drop down to potentially, 7,800, which I think is a likely target if we continue down. We could get some bounces, we could form a structure kind of like this, and then we'll drop down maybe halfway, kind of like this, and we'll start going down. And they're not going to let you short this so easily, so people are going to start, oh, it's dropping, people are going to keep shorting. Well, they're going to have to send the price back up to liquidate those shorts, because that's what happened here. They sent it back up. You got rejected at this line. So we could be bouncing back and forth, drop down, come up, get rejected. We could push all the way back up to 8,100 and then start moving back down further. And then, look what happened. We went from this line to this line. So if we drop down, your ultimate target, if we continue down, could be like 5,459, depending on where you hit it, because it's at an angle. So on my Twitter account, I made a post. This was January 16th. I'm going to show you this chart right here, and also made a post on January 20th about this chart. I'm going to go over this as well. So this chart I published, and this was on January 16th. This is, I couldn't upload to YouTube. But I said we pump in less than 2 days, or we have a huge drop. We're in a descending triangle inside of a rising wedge, which is very bearish. So, and you can see where price is currently. You can see we found support down here. You see we had some resistance up here. And I gave kind of a time frame. I said that when we reach this point, this is the point where either we're going to have a pump or we're going to cross the ring. This would represent when we're crossing the ring and we have a drop. But I knew this was our resistance in this ascending triangle from another chart. So let me go ahead and hit play on this. So you can see what happened. And right now it looks like we're having a dump right now. But you can see that we found resistance on this. We came down, found support. We got rejected at this trend line. Then finally we broke above it. We got rejected at the top of this rising wedge. Came down, found perfect support on the top of this trend line, and then started moving up. I would say this is kind of a fake out, and then we came down, we crossed the ring, and we dropped. And it looks like we're continuing to go down. But the reason I knew that this was our resistance is from this chart right here. Again, price was right here at the time, but you can see that price is respecting this green line in this fib channel. So price is respecting this white trend line, and this trend line is a rising wedge. So price is respecting the fib circles and the trend lines. And again, guys, I will be updating all of these charts. Some of these need to be updated because price has moved along a bit. So I'll be doing that this weekend. But again, guys, this is how I knew that this was our resistance and support. You see that we found resistance, came back above, found support. So I knew that this was the formation we're in, and this right here was our support. So that's how I knew that. That's why I say always refer to different charts. So as far as what can play out, so use your moving averages, do your fib retracements, to look for potential targets. Obviously, if we come down here and we find support around 7,900 and then push back up and put a higher high, I'll get more bullish because we keep putting in higher highs. That's very bullish. And if we continue to follow that trend until we eventually put in a high higher than 13,791, then I'll think we're out of a bear market, because that's actually higher than our previous our second all-time high right here. So that's when I get super bullish. But in the meantime, as far as I'm concerned, we're still in a bear market. We cross this ring. I told you we'd be coming down. We're still coming down. We'll see what happens. Keep in mind, it's going to come down, but it's got to stop at some point, because people are going to be putting in shorts, and they're not going to they're not going to pay out on all those shorts. So price is going to have to pump to liquidate those shorts, and then it'll continue to drop. This chart here that I was talking about, I said that you know, in that post on Twitter, I said that, you know, and you can see right here, this ring right here was support and resistance. This purple ring, support and resistance. We finally found support. We moved up, and we found perfect resistance right here on this ring. We came down, we found support on it, we moved up. Now we're underneath this ring, and you can see we've been staying underneath this ring. And when we wicked up, we wicked right up to this orange ring and then came down. And right now you can see how we're retracing back up. So, you know, this could potentially mean that we could actually push up a bit. This is liquidating longs, so it could push back up to liquidate some shorts, and then we continue to push down further. But you can see that price is respecting this purple ring. We're moving right down it, and you can also see that this red ring here, you see we crossed this red ring, we pushed up, we went sideways. You can see we crossed this red ring, pushed up, and then came down. We found perfect support on this red ring right here. So if we continue sideways or down, I expect something to happen when we hit this red ring. Now, we could hit it and get a little small push up, potentially. Now, if we do push up, we could hit potentially 8,756, maybe 8,774. But I do think this ring will cause price to potentially make a pivot. You know, whether we go up, you know, we cross it and go up and then come down, or we just hit this and it pushes us down. Just always pay attention to rings that previously played a role. You can see that this did cause a pivot. You can see price was riding right up this yellow ring as support and resistance. And if I zoom out so you can see the bigger picture, you can see that this yellow ring has played a role. I mean, we found perfect resistance, dropped down to the next yellow ring, came up, resistance, support, resistance, didn't make it all the way down, came back up, it was resistance. This yellow ring actually, the yellow ring in combination with this orange ring is actually what created the tops for our rising wedge. And you can see this ring right up here. This ring actually I turned on just now, but you know, the chart that was up, I didn't have that ring turned on, but had I had that ring turned on, that actually gave you the exact point we got peaked out at the top. So I'm just saying, if that's what we've been doing, is bouncing back and forth between these yellow rings, you know, we got topped out or coming down, I think it's more likely we followed down this purple ring, and our target is going to be this this yellow ring below. You know, so that's potentially around 7,500. You know, all the way up to 70, potentially 7,800, depending on how far, if we go sideways or if we have a straight drop. I do think it's more likely we're going to have little drops, sideways, a little pump. You know, it'd be pretty much what happened over here. Drop, sideways, pump, sideways, to liquidate longs and shorts on the way down. This is that chart that I referenced where I said, you know, we were having a hard time getting above this red ring. I said if we get above this orange ring, I'd be more bullish until we cross the yellow ring. We cross the yellow ring, now we're coming down. You know, we still could get a bounce, you know, because this has proved to be a lot of resistance and a lot of support. This orange ring back here, a lot of support, a lot of resistance, more support, more resistance. So, you know, we'll see if we get a bounce here. If we break below this, you know, we'll see what happens. Remember, this will also be support too, this red ring right here, and that is around 8,255. But what I want to point out is you can see this white ring here, or this white fib circle. This white fib circle, I have these inner rings ghosted, but you can see this is all the same fib circle here. Price has been respecting this completely. It had a pivot here. You can see we found a pivot right there. It had a little pivot, came down, found support, found more support, found resistance. You know, we pushed up, we found support on this ring. We moved up, got topped out at this ring, dropped down for support and resistance. You can see we found support and resistance on this ring. We found more support, we found more support, we pushed up, we got topped out right at this ring, rode down it, came back up, more resistance, and we found support, and then we pushed up. So, you know, we could go sideways and down, but the reason I'm pointing this out is this is the next ring out right here. And, you know, if we continue sideways, we would hit this ring on the 13th of February. I think this ring is what's going to cause us to put in our bottom. Again, this is not financial advice, guys. This is just my opinion and what I see in the charts. Always do your own research. I'm doing stocks now, and again, I'm going to go through, after I explain this, I'm going to go through and show you how all of these charts played out since I published them before my channel got suspended. But I would like to show you that this chart, when I published this, it was January 7th, and this is the Dow Jones. You can see that we were having resistance with this trend line right here, and currently we were having resistance when I published this. So if I hit play, you can see that we moved up, we came back down. It's possibly come back down, find support right here around 28,900. But ultimately, I think our top is going to be 29,500, potentially 29,631, if we're not already topped out now. But I do believe when we hit this ring right here, this blue ring is going to give us rejection, and this white ring is going to send us down. And the reason for that is, you can see this blue ring here. We hit this blue ring, it pushed us down. We hit this blue ring, we came down. We hit the blue ring, another rejection, small rejection here. We hit this blue ring, and the white ring sent us all the way down to support right here, 27,000. Pushed back up, got rejected by the blue ring. This is resistance we were finding on this trend line. We pushed above it. So, and also the white ring, as soon as we crossed this white ring, had a drop. This white ring pushed us down. So we're coming up on this white ring and this blue ring. I believe that that's going to push us down. So I think we're going to be topped out between now. Today's the 21st. So between now and, let me go to the actual chart. So between now and the 31st of January, I think we're going to be topped out, and I think this ring is going to push us down. So I think, and again, not financial advice, again, these all of my stock charts are accessible on the website. It's a separate subscription from the altcoin, bitcoins, and precious metal charts. All those are included when you access the charts. If you want to access the stocks, that is separate. And the reason for that is because I was charging around $100 to $150 per chart, and those people didn't want me to have those charts posted on the website. So what I'm doing is, if somebody needs a chart right away, I will charge them for that, but it will be posted on the website. This way, if you guys subscribe to the stocks part of the website, you get access to all of the stocks charts. So it's more bang for your buck, and people don't have to pay so much for charts. If you send me an email with a chart you want to make, or a stock that you want me to chart, I will chart it for you, and we'll put it on the stocks page. But I would like to show you that I do think that, I think that we'll probably come down to around 27,000. This, like I said, support levels here. Your first target is 27,500. Your next target is around 26,200. I do believe that this ring is going to push us down. So I think by late February, this February 26th, I think we will have bottomed or close to bottoming. So I think this will actually play along with, this chart right here, this ring. The edge of this ring right here is, if you follow this right here is February 25th. So I believe this ring is going to push us down and put it in our bottom. And this also coincides with Bitcoin, this Bitcoin bubble video I made where I created this chart. If you want to watch that video, I'll put a link up to that now. But you can see where I'm saying the potential bottom will be, ignore the price. I'm saying that when we put in an actual, if we put in a lower bottom, I'm saying that could potentially happen, late February, early March. And I'm just saying that goes along with what I'm predicting with the stock market to have a crash in February. So if you do go to the website, if you click on access charts, that's how you access the charts. If you click on list of charts, you don't have to be subscribed. This gives you a list of all the charts that are on the website. Every time I add a new chart, I will add to this section as well, so you can see what charts have been added. So Bitcoin charts at the top, you got altcoins, precious metals, and then these are the current stocks that I have up: Dow Jones, Apple, Google, Tesla, Amazon, Facebook, Cleveland Cliffs, Uber, cannabis becoming soon. I have Boeing, JP Morgan, Lockheed Martin, S&P 500, and oil. So let me just show you how some of these played out. Also, I'm going to cover altcoin charts and Bitcoin charts. This here, we'll see. This is that rising wedge. I published this January 16th. You can see that we've been following down this green line right here. We broke out of this rising wedge. This right here is Boeing. I published this on January 14th. You zoom in on this. You can see the price is respecting. I have these ghosted. You can see we wrote up, and this is why this is so great. When you have these fib circles, it gives you a potential buy point. You can see when you drop down, you hit this. We're bouncing back and forth in these blue rings. Your lower target would be down here. Your target to the upside would be this, potentially this orange ring, this blue ring, because you're working with multiple fib circle channels at the same time. But the great thing is this. This red ring is a pivot ring. So you can see we wrote up this ring. As soon as we crossed it, we came down. You can see we found support, came up. As soon as we crossed it, we came down. We hit it. We got a little bit of support, but you can see when you hit play, what happened? Same thing that happened every other time we crossed one of the rings. You hit a ring, you ride up it, hit a ring, you ride up it. As soon as you cross, you drop. Where did we drop to? Right to this orange ring, which is previously support. Now we're wicking back up. This is Amazon. Right here you can see I have the upside targets and downside targets, but right here I have orange ring as current resistance. You can see this orange ring right here. So if I hit play, you can see that ring is giving us resistance. But I also have another chart for Amazon, and you can see same thing as I showed you with that previous chart for that other stock. You can see that every time we hit one of these, see, we hit a yellow ring. This time we crossed it, we came down, but you see we rode right up this yellow ring, just kind of like in the Bitcoin chart with the capitulation ring. We rode up the ring. So what do you think is going to happen? You can see price has been respecting this ring going way back. This is far back as it shows in the published chart. You see with support here, you got resistance, came up, resistance, perfect support, working with all of these rings. So you ride up this ring, you hit play, what happens? As soon as you cross the ring, it starts coming down. So potentially your next target, if we continue down, we'd be around here, around 1,801. This is a fib channel chart. I created two charts for this. So you got fib channels and you got fib circles. But it looks like this on the Amazon chart, this is a lot of resistance. If you push above that as support, then you could potentially come up and test these targets to the upside. This here is, well, that was Amazon chart. This is Tesla. Let's see here. So actually I created this chart a while back. I went ahead and published all of these charts. But it's amazing how well this is working out. I told you that these were upside targets. My first target already got hit, so I published after and said these are your potential upside targets if it continues up. If you hit play, you can see it came up, it got rejected here at this blue ring. Then it pushed back above. It pushed up above it. You find a support resistance on this ring. So if we push higher, your next target above before getting rejected is going to be 578. Tesla is doing amazing. This here is Google. You can see right here I have an upside target. This ring's an upside target, and this is an upside target. And we were already at this target when I published this. Again, I created these charts a while back. I had deleted the original ones I published and created new ones. But let me hit play. It's just amazing how well this works. So you can see that this ring, we were respecting this yellow fib circle as support, resistance. You got resistance on this yellow ring, and you're also respecting this orange ring. So you can see we came down, we found support, we found resistance. As soon as we broke above it, also working with this blue fib circle, you can see I had that as a target, got rejected. You see we came up, perfect resistance on this this yellow ring, and then we hit this ring and we continued to push up higher. And where did we hit and get rejected? Right here at this blue ring, which is the next target to the upside. So you can see how well these rings work. They work for stocks, altcoins, Bitcoin, you name it, as long as you chart them correctly. And guys, I have tutorials on my website. If you click under premium content, I show you how I create these charts from scratch. This here is Apple. You see this I said was your upside target, this yellow ring here. These are your downside targets for support. If we hit play, you can see we came up, we found support on this target, and you can see this ring, we were respecting both the yellow rings and the orange rings. You can see that we were finding resistance and support riding right up this orange ring. And I had this ghosted. I didn't expect it to go that high, but you can see this yellow ring right here. This is the next ring up from this one. So if we continue up, this would be your target. If not, then we'll be coming back down to test this yellow ring around 308. This here is Palladium. Palladium has been doing amazing. So I had the upside target here you know, and you can see I published a version back here, you know, calling for this to be support if we drop down, and this would be target if we moved up. We hit both those targets. We came down, found perfect support, and found resistance, came back down. Also, if you do remember that video, I said if we drop down, you'll find support on this ring. That's exactly what happened. But you can see we're respecting all of these fib channels and these rings. Again, guys, if you want to understand how I make these charts and how I set these fib circles up, check out the tutorial video. But if we hit play, you can see, I mean, it came up. I didn't expect us to come up in this far, but you can see we're respecting the purple. We're respecting the purple fib circles. I'm sorry, the blue fib circle, as well as, you know, the yellow are your targets and the white ones are your targets. But we came up to this one, perfect rejection, came down, perfect support on this this red fib circle where previously we found support and resistance. So you can see how powerful of a tool this is. This here is gold. I said your upside target was 1600 at the time. I don't know if I updated this when I published this on January 7th. It said your downside target was 1465. If we hit play, you can see that. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see this. But you can see, see that wick that came up right to this ring right here. Perfect, right to the tick. Hit it and then drop down. And where do we find support? Right down here. The next ring down. So that's what you do. You bounce between the rings, and you got multiple rings you're working with: the blue rings and the white rings, and you're respecting the fib channels too. So you move down the fib channel lines, you move up the fib channel lines. This is Facebook. You can see that we're respecting this yellow fib circle here. See, we find resistance, respecting the blue fib circle as well. You can see we're finding resistance, we found support, move back up. These are your targets here. You got a white ring, you got a blue ring, and you also got, you know, these rings up here. So we found support on this yellow ring, we found resistance on this yellow ring. If I hit play, you see we came up. Where was your next target? This yellow ring. Let me zoom in a bit. So right here, perfect rejection. So if we move back down, your ultimate target is going to be potentially, you know, 212. Lower than that, 208, and then you got 203. If we continue higher, your next target above is 227 or potentially 233. This is XRP. At the time I published this, it was January 7th. Just kind of show you how price is respecting these fib circles with altcoins. So if we hit play, you can see we found perfect resistance on this yellow ring, perfect support on this yellow ring, came up, perfect resistance, finding support on this ring we previously had support on. We broke through it, and you can see we're interacting with these rings up here. Got resistance, support, broke below it, came back up, resistance, support, came up to this ring, more support, more resistance, totally respecting this yellow fib circle. This is Litecoin. You can see that Litecoin's been respecting this orange fib circle right here, as well as these blue fib circles and the white ones. So if I hit play, you can see actually the yellow. So this yellow ring, well, I have to go back and load up the actual chart, but you can see that it did respect, yeah, right here. This is what I was trying to show you. You can see this yellow ring right here. This yellow ring up here was support. It was resistance. It was support. We broke through it, came all the way down. This is the next yellow ring down. We found support and resistance on it. When we pushed up to the next yellow fib circle. So if we continue down, where's your target? This yellow fib circle down here. Now, of course, we can come down and we could bounce and come back up, find resistance. But again, you can see what happens. You go from ring to ring to ring. This is Ethereum. Let's zoom out of here. You see price respecting this blue fib circle as well as this yellow fib circle and this red fib circle. You hit play. You can see that price pushed up. We found support. When you work on these fib channels as well. It didn't make it all the way up to this blue fib circle. We're moving sideways, so it looks like, you know, if we do move sideways, you know, it potentially could push us up. But you can see how it has been respecting this white fib circle right here. Let's go to, this is the Kraken chart. This is published on January 7th. You can see price respecting this blue fib circle as well as the purple one. If I hit play, yeah, this is one I showed you earlier with the purple fib circle. So you can see we cross this this red ring, we went up, found resistance on this purple one, following up this previously was resistance, we followed straight up, and now we're finding resistance. And actually I'd pause this for a bit, but you can see I told you earlier that I said we were you know, we came down and we retraced up, we'd retrace back up. I told you that that was an indicator that price is going to go higher to liquidate shorts, and you can see that's what happened. We pushed up, so we might push up to potentially 8,726 or even possibly higher, but you know, that's what I'm telling you. This was to liquidate longs, then they pushed it up, liquidate shorts, then it can continue down. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after this is published, but that pretty much played out like I said earlier. You know, they're liquidating longs and shorts on the way down. This is the Bybit chart to show you how this played out. You can see that we respected this blue fib circle. This published here. This is on the 7th. You can see we moved up, found perfect support on this blue ring. We found perfect support again when we fell through. Right here in this blue ring, we found support. We moved up, we came down, found support, we fell through. And then we pushed up, we found support on this blue ring, we found more support, we found resistance on this white ring, and then we're coming down. I need to update this chart, but you can see we're also respecting this fib channel, so we got perfect support right on this green line in this fib channel. So again guys, it respects the fib channels and fib circles. This is a Binance chart. Let's see, I'm going to play here. So you can see you got perfect support on this green line. Actually, this is interesting because as soon as it hit this yellow ring, it pushed us down. We hit this yellow ring, it pushed us down. We hit it again, we had a drop right down here, then we came up and we went sideways, and then we found support right here on this blue line in this fib channel, which previously has been support and resistance. This is Coinbase chart. This chart played out really nicely. You can see we're respecting this orange fib circle. This was resistance. This came down as support. We came up respecting the line in this fib channel, came back down as support, and then you can see every time, let me hit play here, you can see every time we approached one of these red fib circles, see we hit it, we came below it, but we basically, the trajectory, we followed up the red ring, we crossed it, we came down. You see we were respecting this white ring, we came down, we moved after we had a perfect pivot at this ring, dropped down, came back up, found resistance and support, then we moved up the outside of the ring, got topped out at this orange ring, came back down. As we approached this red ring, we pushed up, got rejected at this orange ring. So actually this was perfect resistance for the top of our rising wedge. And then you could see we were also respecting this green line right here. So we came back, this was resistance, support, and then came back up as resistance, and we're pushing up. This here is another Coinbase chart. Let me see play on this. And you see respecting this white fib circle. Came up as resistance, came back down, came up resistance to support, resistance, resistance, broke through it, then we pushed up. Now respecting this this yellow fib circle here. Just going through these really quick, guys. This is a BitMEX chart. You can see we rode right up this orange ring. Got rejected here at this red ring, so we potentially could push up this orange ring further and then get rejected here by this red ring. Again guys, always refer to different charts to see possible patterns we could be in. Let's see, and this is the chart that I showed you guys where I said that if we made it above, you know, we waked up right to it, came back down, now we're finding support on it. So if we hold support above this, we could potentially ride up this red ring, you know, according to this chart, you know, or if we drop down below that, you know, this ring could push us down, because, and this is what I showed you on that other chart, this is that next ring out that would push us down, that would coincide with the stock market crash, if it crashes. And this is the peak of the bull run chart, guys. If you haven't seen that one, I'll put a link up to that video now. So all of these 3 videos I've referenced will be in the description. Do check those out, but let me hit play on this. And if I hit play, you can see, you know, we were finding, and guys, do watch this video, because when I created these fib circles, you know, I did it a specific way, projecting where I thought the peak of the next bull run would be. And from using that projected point, I created these fib circles, and price has been respecting these fib circles perfectly. You can see as soon as it dropped past this, as soon as with this ring was a pivot, we came down, found support on this yellow ring. You can see this was a channel we were moving down. As soon as we came up, we had a push up. So do watch that video, guys. It shows how I created this entire chart. That's it for today. Till the next video. If you do want to have access to my chart, that information is in the description. Also, check out that affiliate link for that trader tax. You'll save 10%. And guys, I'll keep you updated until the next video.